afternoon, viewers, and welcome to Listen. Listen is a show which discusses the challenges and insecurities of adolescents, as well as the challenges of parenting adolescents. We're looking at life through the eyes of an adolescent, coming to you live from TV Africa. We are also showing on DSTV channel 362, GoTV channel 175, and streaming live on YouTube channel Ali Television Network. Today is episode 9 of the show, and we're going to discuss something very interesting. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Say a Casaluna was a wonko, now so would shrinkwa. Some aquacosia, CB herbal soap. No one jammy now.
One 19 a pie, and now say I had the insua. For CB herbal soap, so 19, any 9 room. Germany 10 minutes, and sana would the ebo and now say kind ketwa. I rev a finning na kama. Shannon so say, yam fans rye 9 home, any yam. CB herbal soap, a 90 ma pro, a fee any encaboni.
Hey, Mido, yes. Okay, you CB herbal soap, and get to Mancasa. Come to me now. Hey, Susiana, Ghana money, member Damasi.
FD, I should say, a JD and crack to you adja to Muse A.
Welcome back to the studio. The issues of creating an environment which enables adolescents to communicate has been creeping into all our discussions since episode 1. Now, the parents have said it, and so have the adolescents. Such an environment must have phrases like, you matter, you are important, you are loved, you are valued, you have a voice, you are respected, you are strong, you are safe, and a lot more. Is that what we are hearing? Is that what we're saying to the adolescents? We're talking to them, or talking with them, or talking at them. What exactly are we doing? Today we're going to discuss this from the perspective of the adolescents. In studio with me to have this discussion, a group of adolescents, we have Benjamin, Jennifer, Akosia, Marvin, and Sylvester. Welcome to the studio, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Now, when we say the phrase, as the topic says, I am an adolescent, talk to me. How do you relate to that? I'm going to start with you, Benjamin.
Okay, so usually adolescents in Ghana, let me start with Ghana.
No, start with yourself.
Okay. The parents usually don't listen. They rather talk to us, and they don't listen to our plights. For example, at home, they will tell you not to do this, and when you ask why, they won't tell you the reason. You just don't do it. That's all. It's like a final C.
A blank sheet.
Yeah.
Don't do it with no explanation.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have no say on it, and you just have to abide by the rules. It's like a rule that is not flexible. It's very static and standard. You can't change it. And when you go against it, they see you as the bad kid, or as the black sheep, or a spoiled child. That's what I see the
and why do you think that parents are relating like that from your experience?
Well, you see, most parents in Ghana, let me say, they are not well educated.
How do you mean?
You see, most of them are striving to take us to school to further our education,
yes,
and they did not get that chance to do it. And most of them think these problems can be solved in the school, so they don't touch on it at all at home. They send you to school. And
Adolescent-parent communication,
Yeah.
you think they feel it can be resolved in the school?
usually, with adolescents, when you grow up and your body starts to change, they teach you all that in school, reproductive health and all that, but they forget the emotional side. That is the, what do we call it? Feeling depressed or feeling unwanted, feeling loved. They don't touch on that. All they know is, I'm your mom, I'm your dad. I give you money, I feed you, I shelter you, so you have no problems.
Wow.
You just have to go to school, do what you are supposed to, and come back and live a healthy life. But they don't touch on the emotional side, thinking that the school will touch on that.
But how do we, how does the school touch on that? Because
Usually
if the parents should be the ones to do the emotional.
Yeah.
The school does the classroom bit, and even that sometimes is not completely what is expected. So if parents are expecting, from your perspective, that the school will do the emotion, you go to school to learn, not to live. So they don't get to know you enough to give you that emotional bit. Akosia, let me come to you. What's your take on that? I'm an adolescent, talk to me.
As he said earlier, it's like our parents don't listen to us. They will just tell you, I want you to do this, like I want you to do that, but I don't tell you the main reason why they want you to do that. And sometimes I'm like, you're telling me I shouldn't go for a boyfriend. Why? Like what? Like I want to know the reason why. Like, yeah, I'm curious. I just want to know the reason why I'm telling you not to go there. Why I shouldn't do like certain things. Yeah. I think sometimes you should listen to us.
So if your mom is saying don't go for a boyfriend and not giving you why, can you put together the whys yourself? Or for you, this is where my hormones are saying go this way, so that's where I want to go. If somebody's not going to explain to me why I shouldn't, I'm by all means going.
Or if I don't get to know the reason why, I'll feel like trying. Because my friends are doing it and my mom is telling me not to do it. I'll be like, so how is it like once a time, I asked my friend, why is she dating? And she told me the reason why she's dating. I was like, yeah, she also go for a reason.
What was her reason?
She was like, she just needs someone to love her. I was like, okay.
Someone to love her, that means that she feels that she's not getting the love at home.
Yeah.
But that's interesting. Let me announce my WhatsApp number. As you know, this is a live and interactive show, so you can send your comments, contributions via WhatsApp. The number to send it to is 020-723-3302. The number again is 020-723-3302, and it's on your screens now. So she feels that she's not getting the love at home, but she can get it from having a boyfriend.
Yes.
And she's absolutely sure the boyfriend will give her love.
Yes.
That's another talk show. Sylvester, Benjamin mentioned that parents are expecting that the emotional aspect of your puberty is done in school. How true is that?
Well, I can't really say what he's saying.
Let's do this. Let's connect with you.
Okay.
Did you think that you got that emotional, thing from your parents, or you also expecting to get it from school?
Well, I didn't get anything like that from them. The truth is that I didn't live with my mom for long.
Okay.
My dad too, I was of age, like a teenager. Yeah, so when I got to his side, I don't think there was a day, not even a day, that we spoke about such things. So I feel like he's not expecting me to get it from school, but he feels like, I think he was shy to talk to me about it.
You were shy?
Yeah, that's what I think. And there was something that happened to him when he was, I think, a teenager, an adolescent, so to speak. And then he never used it to advise me. When my dad was 20, I was born already. I had been born already.
How old were you when he was 20?
No, he gave birth to me when I was 20.
Okay.
Yeah, so that should have been something that,
you would stand on.
Yes, but he's never spoken about it. So now, I've not asked him. I rather tend to ask my mom about it. So those talks, I can't say that they expect us to get it from school, but they feel that it's either they are shy to talk about it, or they feel that as we grow up, like autopilots.
Autopilot.
you get to know about it. Yes, I can't really speak their mind because I don't know what goes on in there. But I feel they think we can get through with it. Some of them too, they didn't get it. They didn't get it. So somehow they are somewhat inexperienced.
Okay.
They think they should disseminate it to us. But how?
But how?
How are we going to take it? So I can't really say that they don't want to tell us. But how to talk about it?
So you think that they wish they could, but they don't know how to start or when to start? You think they have a sense of confusion around them, or they're holding back because if they say too much, you will know too much too early? Marvin?
Well, from my experience, I don't think they are withholding. I mean, they don't know how to say it. I'm your child, so you should feel free to talk to me.
You should feel free.
Yes. Whether it's good or it's bad. Just that what you have to do is to tell me this is the bad aspect. You've gone through it. You know what is good, you know what is bad. So telling me only the good side wouldn't help. You also have to make the child, the adolescent, see the dangers of it. But majority of the parents feel, let's just tell him or her the good side. You don't do this, don't do this. This is what you gain, this is what but they don't make you see the bad aspect of it. And in my mind, I'm growing up with only the good side. So
You think the whole process is rosy?
Yes. So when you go and by mistake you experience the bad side, it becomes difficult for the adolescent.
So it becomes difficult for the adolescent in what way?
So it becomes difficult because you are not prepared or you don't have any idea about the bright side.
Okay.
So you're always going good ways. This is what my mom says. Don't do it. This is good. This is good. And then mistakenly you fall into the bad side.
Now, when we are talking about naturally their environment, creating the environment for you to come, when we talk about enabling environment, what do you expect to find or to hear from your parents that makes you know that this environment, I can say anything in English? Jennifer, I'm coming to you.
Okay.
What do you expect to hear or see?
Okay, in relation to that, I think that we have to develop a cordial relationship with our parents.
How?
Because with some parents, sometimes if we see our parents, there are some parents who are too strict. They are perfectionists. So immediately, especially our daddies, if they go to work, no, bape, dada, everybody runs.
Scatter.
Go and find a place to hide. You see. But if they create this cordial relationship with us, we'll be able to get that opportunity to tell them whatever it is. We will not be afraid to approach them. I have this cousin. He said his younger sister, he and his father have created that room for his kid's sister. So whenever she goes out and somebody sees her and says like, I see, I like you, she'll come home and come and tell her dad and her brother. Whenever she needs money, she goes to them because she sees them as the only people who can help her because of the relationship they have.
Okay.
I think that one also stems from experience with the parents.
Sure.
And you see, the older people, I see it as they find it hard to adjust to change because they grew up this way. They want you to grow up
So
that
we are
way.
kicking.
So they grew up not hearing "I love you" from their parents. So they find it hard saying the same thing to their kids sometimes.
And you children want to hear these words.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Most
Sure.
children want to hear this.
It's encouraging.
Yeah.
So cordial relationship is one.
Yeah.
Now, what else do you want to see? We're going to break down the cordial relationship. But apart from the cordial relationship, what else do you want to find in that environment?
I think frequent listening to the child. You remember one of our guests, he said always he has time to, sit his kids down and listen. It builds that relationship.
Sure.
We are not saying our parents shouldn't be busy. Yes, they're always busy. That's the anthem. They're always busy. But then, in the busy schedule, there should be time
Sure.
to always, sit, even if you are not discussing something important, but always having that time for the child, it counts.
It makes a difference.
Yes, it counts. The child will build that confidence in you. Okay, something happened today, so I'm waiting for my mom, I'm waiting for my dad to come back so that we'll sit and talk. But then the thing happens, he or she knows that when dad comes, he's going straight to his room. He's tired. He's going to sleep. He feels that pain. The child, the adolescent carries that pain. If it's hurting, she keeps it to himself.
Wow.
Sure.
You feel the pain.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you feel that at that point you've been ignored
You've been
by your
ignored.
father.
And if it's something bad, tomorrow, if at that moment you don't have that relationship or you don't have that time from your parents to discuss about it, because definitely when you discuss about it, there will definitely be a way your parents will guide you to go about it.
The solution will come up.
Yes. But you see tomorrow, you still go back and you still make the same mistake.
So he comes home, he goes upstairs, or dada ba skate. Do you think, have you at any point said, okay, maybe he just came from work, he's tired, let me give him time to rest, freshen up, and then try and approach him?
From my experience.
From your experience, what?
You know. So he comes
Mm-hmm.
to his room,
Mm-hmm.
he baths.
Mm-hmm.
You can see I'm very tired right now. I have to do something. I'm working on something. So come back in 5 minutes. You come back in 5 minutes. He's there. He's still doing it. Daddy, are you free now? No. Come back. Go and come. Go and come. By the time you come, time is gone.
Do you think that he does that deliberately?
Well, sometimes I feel the parent feels what you're about to say is not that relevant.
But you haven't said it.
You haven't said it.
You haven't said it. So it's different that you've said it and he's hurt and he says, can we talk about it later?
Yes.
But he hasn't even
So I think
listened to hear.
the first thing is, for me, I would say listen first. Listen to what the child has to say.
Okay.
If it's something that is not relevant, then you can judge. But then not listening and saying, go and come, go and come, go and come. I mean, if it's hurting the child, it will hurt the child the more.
Wow.
As for my mom, if it's not sensible, like she won't mind you.
What is sensible?
No,
That's what I
like
wanted to address. And he said something like, if it's irrelevant. What is irrelevant?
I remember the last time we were watching television, they were like, Sinicho. I was like, Ama, what's Sinicho? She didn't mind me. She was just like, what is that? I was so curious. Like, I was asking people, what's
I
that?
would like to
So I
know
got
what
to
that
like
is.
find out by myself. Yeah.
You see, the issue
what
is
is it?
that when you don't tell us why you are saying what you are saying, we would explain it to how we understand it.
This. Yeah.
You create your own dictionary
Yeah.
and
You see,
define
when
it.
you ask Marvin whether his father deliberately do that or did that, he couldn't give you a definite answer, whether yes or no. But see, let me create a picture.
Create it, please.
You see the mothers, when your husband comes from work and is late, and there's food on the table and he doesn't eat, he doesn't mind you, and he goes to his room, the way you feel, that's how you feel.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you say that again?
I said that. This is how we feel. When we want to talk to you and you don't listen to us, you are a mother. If you are not a mother, you'll be a mother. Now you cook. Maybe your husband didn't even give you money for the day, but you took money out of your pocket, cooked and put it there on the table, nicely dressed and everything. Then your husband comes late. He doesn't eat the food. He goes to his room. The way you, the mother, you feel, that's how you also feel.
No, but this is a very interesting analogy because I know a lot of women are hurt when they put food on the table and their husband, they get moody, they get cry, they start praying, you know? Yeah, so for you to use that as that's heavy. That's really deep.
In my experience, they do listen, but they are very judgmental. And when they judge us, we tend to leave their side. We don't tell them anything again. Sometimes you need to create a space where you listen and help us, not to judge us. Just listen and tell us what to do and what not to do. Not to say, oh, I want a girlfriend. Oh, a girlfriend. You see, and that is where we find our own definitions and solutions to it. Or maybe if I get this girlfriend, she'll help me with school. She won't.
How will she help you with school?
She won't. But I am trying to define that. You see, she'll help me with school. She'll love me. You see,
like Akosia said, her friend took a boyfriend because she felt she wanted to be loved.
Sometimes you be saying that people are like, when you take a boyfriend, you can't learn. Be like, what born? Like, if you get a boyfriend, you won't be able to learn. If you're a shark, like, forget, you still be able to learn. But
so, in that environment, there should be no judgment.
No judgment. Just sit down.
No condemnation. How? Tell me.
So, you've done something wrong. And then you come to sit with your dad or your mom. Mom, this is what I've done. As if, I don't know, I don't know how to put it, but then it's like what you've done.
Give me an example of words we use.
I remember the last time I was like, Mommy, when I'm done in high school, I won't stay with you again, I'll stay alone. You still want to alone? Che, you're staying with me till you get married. I was just like, I'm not a kid anymore.
You're not a kid anymore. Marvin, give me an example.
You're a sports brat. I mean, calling your child a sports brat.
Yeah.
You already giving the impression that I'm already sports. Even if the child is not sports, you have given the child the impression that he's sports. So whatever the child does onwards, it's maybe he sees it as a bad thing. So even if the child is doing good, to him the mom or the dad has said, what you are doing is bad. Meanwhile, it's just a little wrong that can be...
Define a little. Give me an example of what you call a little wrong.
Okay. So, in our modern age...
Do you have to add modern age?
Yes. It's our time. So, Mommy, I've seen this girl and I like her. You know, as a mother or as a father, you should know that this is something that...
Can we not use the "I've seen this girl, I like her" example? No, I want something else, because that is a standard
Mommy,
kind
I saw
of
your
example.
money and I took it.
Okay, yes, that's...
Mommy, I saw your 5 cedis and I took it to buy something. There and there, the mother started beating the child. Why did you take this money? Did you ask me? But I've taken it and I still came back to tell you that I took it.
Don't you feel that at that point she's trying to let you know that the right thing to do is to ask before you take?
Beating the child, condemning the child, you're a thief. You shouldn't have taken it. You know, you're giving the child emotional stress. Like, you know.
There are different ways to...
So you sit down.
Do
Oh,
that,
you took
Okay.
it. Okay, what did you buy? Mommy, I bought this and this. Okay, next time when you want money, tell me. I'll give it to you. I'll know. You know, there's a way. Tomorrow when I want something, I'll come back.
But if there's condemnation
Tomorrow
in
if I
Christ
see 10
Jesus,
CDs, I'll take it.
It's not salvation.
because they will condemn
Then
you
you
anyway.
Yes. But then when you build that relationship and then, oh, what you did, you know it's bad. Yes, Mom, I know it's bad. I'm not supposed to. He apologizes. Everything is cool. After all, he came back. He's not denying that he didn't take the money.
Yes, he didn't deny.
Yes, he didn't
accepted
deny.
it.
But then at that moment, Mommy, I took your money, and then you're already shouting, scolding, and you know, it's like what he's done. Even coming to tell you, is even bad.
Yeah.
That's the impression you create.
You
So
put-
tomorrow when he takes it, he will not even come to tell you.
What else are we looking at that repels that environment? What else? So we've spoken about cordial. Now let's come back to the cordial relationship. What do you expect to define, from your perspective, as a cordial relationship? What, qualifies a cordial relationship?
Okay, to me, I think that between the parents and the child, they should always be having conversation frequently, and the child should see love coming from his or her mother.
How do you see love from a parent?
You see, there are some parents, they show how they love you in terms of their providing for you, communicating with you, the things they do with you. So you get that access to every information. You get that access to tell them anything you want, right?
So you're saying that actions will speak louder
Yes,
than the words.
sure.
Okay, we're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, we'll continue on the cordial relationship. We take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Say a Casaluna, was a wonko, now so would shrinkwa. Some aquacosia, CB herbal soap. No one shall now.
190 a pie and nasa ayede nsua Fasibi herbal soap sir 190 any 19 room Germany ni 10 minutes and sana wodi ebo anase kan ketwa arevre efini nyina kama hyeno nso se yemfa nsra ye nan ho ene ye honam CB herbal soap eyi 90 ma pro efi ene enkaboni
Mido okay yo CB herbal soap no e dey tumankasa kamensome na ho Suziana Ghana mani mema damase
FD ahwehwe saa ejedi enkrato yi mu agye atomu se eyi Welcome back to the studio. If you've just joined us, you're watching Listen. Listen is a show which discusses the challenges and insecurities of adolescents, as well as the challenges of parents and adolescents. We're looking at life through the eyes of an adolescent. Listen has been made possible by our proud sponsor eTransact and supported by Lesh Fortune Limited, Glamour Hair, Chrisage, Danny Tailoring, and Purple Rose Shoes. Before we went on the break, we were talking about cordial relationship. Now, we want to know what comprises a cordial relationship. And you were mentioning, Jennifer said, constant communication. Okay. Now, the constant communication, do we start it with you, adolescents, when you get to the adolescent age, or when, what do you call it, from when you were young? When do you think is the best time to do this?
From when you are young.
From when we were young.
So
okay.
As you grow up, it becomes part and parcel of you.
Okay. We've just been joined by Kathleen Barnes. Welcome to the studio. Now, we're talking about cordial relationship between adolescents and parents so that there should be, enough communication, create that environment for them to be able to come up to you and say anything and everything. What's your opinion on that?
Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity. So my take on cordial relationship is, I agree with it because communication is very key in any relationship or any between people. Communication is key to get right understandings. You get so I think cordial relationship, like communication between parents and children, is very key in the family life. I think parents should give children the opportunity to come and tell them anything at any time. It shouldn't be like at a specific time. Like when the child needs to talk to the parent must be there to listen to the child and advise the child, because not what the child would say might be always right.
Okay. She mentions that parents shouldn't leave communication to specific timing. Do you sometimes feel that we put you guys at a specific time before we listen to what you have to say, if we listen at all?
Yes.
You do?
That's true, yeah. Sometimes they wait when puberty starts coming in, then they start talking to you about that. It shouldn't be so. You see, when there's communication, there's trust. And when there's trust, there won't be all these, or these things won't happen.
It won't happen.
Yeah. So, like she said, from a younger age, when you start talking to them, you build that trust with them, and they grow up. When something comes up, they come to you because they know you won't judge them. There's trust, there's communication. You won't judge them, you will listen to them and you help them. And also, I would say this, sometimes let us fall a bit. Let us fall and learn from it. I'm not saying everything.
Yes.
Because we all learn from our mistakes.
Okay.
And we all make mistakes. We will definitely make mistakes. And these mistakes will build us, make us adults, make us who we will be.
Okay.
Yeah, so sometimes when we come to you with these questions and with these suggestions, listen to us and just advise us and let us go. Let us make our own decisions. Listen and advise us, but let us make our own decisions. And when we fall, we come back to you. You say well, at least you can say
we try
that.
not to say I told you so, but
yeah. I tried not to say I told you so, but I told you so. Then we learn from it, grow through what you go through. That will help.
Okay, so would you say that trust should be one of the key things
it's
in an
very key.
enabling? So communication, trust. Now, when you talk about trust, okay, what happens? What are you looking for? You ask a question and you get an honest, straight answer. When you say trust, what exactly are you looking for, Sylvester?
Okay, so I'll paint another picture here. This cordial relationship we're talking about now. I want all of us, including the parents. I don't want us to talk as though the parents don't listen to us at all.
Thank you.
No, it's not so. No matter
Kudos
how
to the
hard
parents.
your parents are, they listen to you. Sometimes listening is not just about let's sit verbally and talk. They read gestures as well, and then our expressions.
So are we reading and interpreting it to your expectation, or we're interpreting it for our comfort?
Your comfort, our expectation, both. Now, the best cordial relationship example I can give is we should all learn about how Jesus, God, and the Holy Spirit, they relate. When Jesus was on earth, there was nothing he did that the Father didn't know. It's not like he passed behind his back, went to take some money, be like, that he didn't know. Everything. So it's like there's nothing one is doing that the other doesn't know.
Okay.
Yes, so I come to you, though what I'm bringing is somewhat tough, but the way you go about it and tell me, it will make me trust you. And the trust, another point is that I talk to you, there's another neighbor. The next time, I hear it from the neighbor.
Right.
You don't tell me that I'm going to tell, but I hear it from. So it happened at home some time back. And that same neighbor, I tend to start talking to her about my parents as well. Because after all, they've started it.
So your parents are going to talk about what you discussed with the neighbor.
With them.
And you're hearing it from the neighbor as well. Is the neighbor coming to you because neighbor, oh papa de grantua come and say, oh no, casa, and now say, hey, whoa, sana what here?
Sometimes they tell them what we have done. Hey, me bano Johnson Some of them too. They'll just go and tell them the bad thing that you have done. So the woman came like, oh, what you're saying? Like, what's that? What do you mean by what you did and all that? I was like, by you. So I didn't talk to her. But it just spoke something to me that, so this parent is talking to her. So it also happened that, okay, fine. Let them also do something. Let me go and tell her so that I also vindicate myself. That I'm not the only bad person. That this is what they also do. I remember a time came, I think I was doing something in the house. I don't know if it was bad. My dad didn't understand it. So he went to tell somebody in the church. The person called me after
in the church?
Yeah, in the church. I'm a church boy, so the person called me after church. I was like, Kofi Bra, this is what your dad has come. I was like, oh, so this woman that is that he's also done this and this. He said, sir.
So it's like you just gave a counter reaction.
Yeah, because I was getting sad.
Okay.
Why would you have to go and tell this person? And you don't even understand the whole thing. Just from your point of view or how you understand, you go and tell the person. So if you say that, also be forced
compelled to say
bring something out.
Is that in your defense? Or
that is it.
He said something about me, let me also say something.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, so this thing that he's doing to me, I'm doing that probably because he did this. So if you are not giving me that chance for us to communicate, I'll go and talk to somebody. There was a time my dad told me that when you go out, you like talking to people outside than. And I told him that if he has created the atmosphere, I'll do that. He insulted me. I kept quiet.
So trust is a big issue.
Yeah. I don't blame him for doing that. Usually parents go to other people or other adults for advice. And when they seek that advice, they don't seek the solution for them to come and tell us. They rather tell that person to tell us, doing so, breaking our trust. At least listen to that person, take the advice, take the solution, come to us, then tell us, instead of letting that person. I mean, if that person is a shrink, a psychiatrist or something like that, it's okay, yeah. But if that person is a normal neighbor or something, and he or she is a bit older than my mom or dad, and you spoke to him or her about me, and she comes to me and tells me the same thing I told you in secret, knowing what I said is secret. Yeah. It breaks the trust. I won't come to you again. And just like he did, I will counter-react and say some things against you to him or her.
Do you think that it will help that before you say whatever to your parents, you say, Ma, a secret that maybe I can't show, no, maybe I can't share neighbor. Do you think that will help?
I feel like even if you say it's a secret, it might come out of their mouth by mistake, whether they might be given an example or they can just be, maybe their friend comes to them and they're talking about children, right? And maybe their friend is talking about something, you realize that, hey, this is also what Kojo is doing in the house, the same thing. And it might just come out by mistake. They might not mean to like tell them that, oh, I'm coming to tell you what my child is doing and this is not right. It might just come out by mistake. And parents use us for examples almost every time, every single time, whether it's good or it's not good, they would use you for an example.
And they use other kids also as an example.
You feel like they're comparing.
Shall we?
And also a high environment, no? So does it make you feel like when you go to them, self-esteem?
A quick one. Sometimes like the parents association in the house, they have met.
Wait, there's a parents association
in the house. So parents, they've all met and we are talking about our kids. So it's not your intention to say something. But as this one is saying this, I remember sometime, I think I was in SHS or so. Then I don't know what they were talking about. My mom was like, that my son, he has been doing some let us be our church and all that. I don't know what that means. The things I was writing for my friends, females, my mom was getting to know, like she was picking papers from me and all that. Like, my main and I mean,
I have a very interesting message here. Mr. Sechiado from Kaswa. He says, I've been listening to you carefully and I've observed one thing, that your guest did not know there is no country in this world that has the same culture. Ghana is the only country that has a culture of respect. No Ghanaian parent will wish his or her child to go wayward. There is time for everything. Please, the Western culture is not favoring and helping our youth at all. We understand you and you must also understand us. God bless you all. Mr. Sechiado from Kaswa. Mr. Sechiado says that you, adolescents of today, are using too much of the Western culture to compare, with the upbringing or the kind of training we're giving adolescent children in Ghana. Or what do you have to say about that? Sylvester, I'll start with you.
I don't think it's entirely so. I don't think it's entirely so. Okay. But the thing is, times have passed. Certain things have been upgraded.
Let me open the phone lines. Our phone line number is 0302 908-607. The number again is 0302-908-607. It's on the screen now. Yes, go on.
Times have passed. Certain things have been upgraded.
Okay.
So you have a phone, upgrade your WhatsApp. If you don't, there are certain features you don't get. Now, it's not as though we are neglecting our culture or our tradition.
Yeah.
But the tradition itself, it gets to a certain point. Certain things have to be repealed and upgraded. And so when it's strictly the old one, now we go to pick the new one that we think is effective, and then we bring it into the new one. We bring it to our home or our setting, and that's what makes them think that we are copying the Western culture or something. But I don't think it's entirely so.
Okay.
And the respect, I understand, Mr. Ado. Respect. We give them respect. For me, I grew up in a home where you need to say please, Mpoacho, and thank you always, and I always use it. But what we are trying to say is our feelings, what we feel inside. Listen to us, that is all. Let us have a say.
Okay, we have a caller on the line.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Daniel. Thank you for tuning in. Your contribution and comments, please. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Daniel.
Afternoon.
Thank you for tuning in. Can you lower the television set, please?
Okay.
Okay, and your contribution or question, comments?
Yes, please. I just want to say that. Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes. Please, what I want to say is, what I want to contribute is what adolescents of today, what the man said, the message the man gave from Castle, and what he said is true, because we are adapting the Western culture too much, and I think we need to limit it. Because we also have our own culture, you understand? Yeah, so I think the Western culture, we need to limit it a little bit.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your contribution. So I think he was talking about the Western thing as well.
We are not saying we are going to adapt to them. We are going to take the good things. You see, that's why when I began, I said...
What is the good things of the Western world?
No.
That's another thing to look at. Because for you, it may be good. But even for them, it may be wrong.
So they're building a space of trust, a space of non-judgment, and listening to their kids. That is good. Over here, we don't have it, because we have this thing called respect. You see, you need to stand
Hold
up
that
and
thought.
lead.
We have a caller on the line. Good afternoon, Eric.
Good afternoon, Mommy.
Thank you very much for tuning in. Your questions and contribution, please.
Oh, well, my contribution has to do with what Mr. Edu said from Kaswa.
Okay.
You see, nowadays, there is not only the adolescents that is copying the foreign culture or adopting the foreign culture. Even in a way, we the parents sometimes push them to adopt the culture because we think that is what is in the system now. Hadn't been that we wouldn't go to a Ghanaian home and not hear parents speaking our own language with their children, dressing the children like what the white do. And even when you come to Ghana, there are schools that they are dressing and everything portrays white culture. And that is the school our big men in the system, they send their children to. So in a way, we the parents are also part of the whole thing. We are also helping the children to cope with the foreign culture. So if the man says it that way, then I think it's something that even we the parents that are complaining, we also have a role to play. We think that is not helping our children. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I mean, what he said is right.
Yeah. Knowledge doesn't stem from one mind. It comes from different places. So we take what is essential and we impact. Just like he said, my friend said, faithful. We are the new generation. If, I'm not saying something bad.
Oh, no,
if you guys leave, we will be the parents now.
Yes, that's true.
We will change things. So if we start as parents, as we playing games and always being on our phones, WhatsApping and
are you saying we are always on our phone?
Oh no, I'm saying we. When we become parents,
okay,
and we do that, the kids are also going to. Our kids are going to learn from that.
Yes.
They are going to stay that way. So we need to change things. I mean, even if you won't change, try to adjust. Put in certain things so that we all can have a lively home and we can come to you and tell you our plight, listen and advise us and without judgment.
Okay. Hello, good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling from, please. He's gone off the line. Okay, we have a... Hello, good afternoon. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Good afternoon, madam. I'm Michael calling from Ablekuma.
Okay. Your question and contribution, please.
Okay. Madam, thank you very much for those programs. My contribution is I think our parents should just understand that things are not like the olden days. You know, the olden days, there was no phone that you can use to Google. There was no search engine like Google. And now it is.
Yeah.
And a young boy or a young girl at the age of 18, 20, 22, 23 knows how to use the phone to search certain things up there. So they need to consider those things and think of it very much to the extent that they will use that one to train us in the house. So they should listen to us, consider those things out there, because if you refuse to answer me, maybe I will go to my friend, explain to him for maybe solution to it. Or I will pick up the phone, search it on the net, and the result that will be given to me is what I'm going to use as the answer, or I will think it is the right one. So they should consider those things before they treat us in the house. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your call. We have a message here from Insawom. He says, I'm Divine from Insawom. I'm watching you live. You guys are doing a great job. Bless you. My regards to Jennifer, my love. Okay. So we've spoken about the trust issue. I mean, we're going to do a part 2 of this because I think we need to take it, specifics, and then we can break it down, because we're trying to let the parents know that we want the environment, but this is what must be in there. Now, when the trust is broken, how bad can that be?
Really bad.
Really bad is not, tell me, how bad is really bad?
Okay, when the trust is broken, you don't feel like telling anyone anything again.
Anyone as in the parent or other people?
The parents in addition with other people.
Okay, we have a caller on the line. Hello, good afternoon. Hello? Okay. Yes, you were saying?
The parents in addition to other people. Because as you sit down, you realize that, hey, even my parents who even gave birth to me, they've broken that trust. How much more an outsider?
And usually the trust begins when we are infants, we are kids. It's either trust or mistrust, trust versus mistrust. If you bring us up letting us know we can trust you, we trust people outside. But if that trust is not there, automatically we don't trust anyone.
So as early as what age do you
Infants, 1, 2, 3 go.
1, 2, 3.
Infants, just start it. I mean, kids, when you're a kid, they throw you up and they catch you, and you laugh or you smile, knowing your mom or dad will catch you no matter what.
Yeah.
But if you leave the kid on the stairs and you are going somewhere and the kid is walking, and that trust, I mean, it builds fear.
Okay.
And automatically the trust is not there.
It's gone.
Yeah.
It's gone. Mr. Sian, good afternoon, and thank you for tuning in. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Your comments and contributions, please.
Yes, I want to understand that. Yeah, I want to understand that. They said we should give them the room and the stuff. But here is the thing here. We all buy food at a joint. And they don't understand that when you are there and they are also there, and you the elderly person, you are very angry, and they'll be like, I'm also here. We are all hungry. The most annoying part is you are with them in a car. For them to stand up for you to sit, and they will let you know that we have all paid. It's that they should make her understand very well. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, so what do you have to say about what Mr. Sian said? Sylvester, I'm starting with you.
I didn't get everything he said, but I think I got a point where he said, when we are all home, he said
Yes.
Hungry.
So I think he's trying to say that adolescents feel equal to the parents.
See, equality sets in according to how you define it in the house.
Sure.
No matter what I get in life, I'll use you, mommy, you and I as an example. There are times we don't agree on certain things, but we cannot disrespect you.
Sure.
You won't try.
You see, so if I'm there, like, how? I'm hungry. My dad is, so all of us, we are on the same scale. No.
So
it's about,
what you feel
yes.
the parents have
Yes.
set.
Maybe they have allowed it. They have allowed it, and now it has escalated to that point. So let's ask the parents, or the parents, you ask yourself first, why your child has the guts to just say that, okay, me, I'm hungry, you are hungry. We are all there. If there is any cooking, let us both go and do. If not, we are all starving to death. Like, how dare that child?
We have a message
In
here.
Ghana here.
It says what Marvin is on point to. Our parents have forgotten that anything that belongs to them belongs to us. Money is inclusive, I beg. I mean, that's interesting. So we're definitely going to have a part 2 of this next week. And I think that we will probably be ending the show a lot more with a lot more of you adolescents coming to studio. We have a little surprise. Akosia's birthday has been since we started the show. So we have a surprise birthday for her. But before then, I mean, we need to also understand that sometimes, do you ever consider that the parents themselves want to reach out, but they're struggling to because they didn't get that and they don't know how?
Yeah.
So maybe at that point where she goes to a neighbor, she goes to the neighbor probably in confidence, okay? And then the neighbor decides to do a chocobila things and comes to, speak it out. So sometimes you don't think we need to give parents a break sometimes? Jennifer?
Right. I think sometimes you need to give them a break. Sure, because sometimes too, if they go and tell the neighbor, it depends on how the neighbor will come and say it. Yesterday, like this, I think on Friday, our landlord passed on. So there was this woman who came by. She was like, oh, now that this man is dead, what is she going to do? Because her son never listens to her. It's only the landlord who speaks.
You see?
And the son listens.
All too soon, our time is up. And as always, there's going to be a part 2 of this. It's going to be more interesting than today. As you know, Listen has been made possible only by the kind support and sponsorship of eTransact. Lesh Fortune does your beautiful interior decor curtains, whether it's a home, an office, anything interior decor, just call them. Hotels, anything. Also, you can locate them at plot 50 in Dhaka Road, Spintex Road, around the Kotobabi area in Spintex. Quesage says they will floor you. If it's carpet, if you haven't gone to Quesage, you haven't done anything. As for hair, glamour hair all the way. Easily gone. Look, you have to go to glamour hair. On Instagram, they are glamour hair GH. Follow them and get the best of hair. If it's your wig, your weave, they even have makeup. You can't imagine. I mean, when you walk in there, it's like a glorious moment. Purple Rose shoes, comfortable, unique, beautiful, affordable shoes. And they have bags as well. They're at Kingsby Roundabout. So make sure you go there for all your beautiful things. It's been a wonderful day, but we cannot leave this show without wishing Akosia a happy birthday. So bring in the birthday cake and let's wish Akosia a happy birthday. Happy birthday to Akosia.
Happy birthday, Akosia.
So we try to listen when it's even your birthday, and we do the best. So thank you very much for tuning in. Next week we come back with part 2 with same or a mix of adolescents, and we give you the best. Thank you. My name is Natalie.
He is God. He is telling us, come to me. Stop worrying. Begin to run to him and he will make everything new. He said, I will